Welcome in, Broncos country. Unfortunately, the Denver Broncos season does not end on a high note as they lose to the Las Vegas Raiders 27-14 on the road. They now officially finish with another losing record, their eighth losing record in a row, which is absolutely unfortunate. However, the silver lining here is that the Denver Broncos did officially beat out the Las Vegas Raiders in draft positioning as they officially picked 12th overall in the 2024 NFL Draft. They are in position to trade up and get their future franchise quarterback. That's something we will talk about over the course of this entire stream. I know that's going to be the number one topic of conversation. At the end of the day, the Denver Broncos season was one that was full of absolute ups and downs, peaks and valleys. All started off with that really, really tough beginning, 1-5 start, losing to the Raiders and Commanders back to back, then following it up with a 70-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins, getting our first win of the year against the Chicago Bears before coming back home and losing once again to the New York Jets, a Thursday night loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. And then after that, Broncos country, we roll off a 5-game winning streak against Green Bay, Kansas City, Minnesota, Cleveland, and again, man, it was just a really, really awesome season overall, even though it didn't really end the way we wanted it to. There were so many positive memories that I'll take away from this year. I mean, being able to witness the Broncos beat the Kansas City Chiefs for the first time in the Patrick Mahomes era at home, that's a game that is a very special memory for me that I will take away from a long time. And I just feel like overall, man, although this season didn't end the way we wanted it to, it was a good beginning to the Sean Payton era and a sense of direction that this team finally has. It's heading in a positive direction for the first time in a long time, man. And it really, 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 really is nice that this Broncos team actually is going somewhere as opposed to just toiling around in purgatory. This Broncos season, again, didn't end the way we wanted it to, but we now are in prime position to trade up and get our future franchise quarterback. We've got SC in the house saying, let's draft JJ McCarthy. We got Joaquin in the house saying, Denver Broncos for life. We've got Broncos fan saying, stop spamming. We got Cruz through in the space saying, perfect ending. We got SC saying, terrible ending. I know that there's quite a bit of divisiveness in Broncos country right now about how this season ended and about the direction that this team is going under Sean Payton. A lot of people disagree with how the Broncos approached moving on from Russell Wilson. But at the end of the day, man, Broncos country, I know, is going to always have that sort of division. It's the nature of every single fan base. The way I see it, though, the Denver Broncos ended their really just didn't end their season on a high note, but they had a really, really strong season overall, man. That's something I will take away. I'm always a glass half full. And in a sense, they did end their season on a high note because they jumped the Raiders on draft position. And they now have a chance, again, to be in a position to get their guy. Is it J.J. McCarthy? Is it Bo Nix? Is it Michael Penix? Or is it somebody like Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, who Sean Payton has been on the record saying is a generational talent, Drake May? All those quarterbacks I will evaluate in due time. I've evaluated Jaden Daniels in full. I'm absolutely smitten over him. I've seen one game of Michael Penix. Wasn't the best game, but that Texas game apparently was a complete revelation from him. So I'm really, really excited to see that game and see if Michael Penix Jr. can rise up my draft board after, again, kind of a disappointing first game that I evaluated him against Oregon. That's going to be a really, really fun evaluation, I feel like. Jaden Daniels, I've already talked about how smitten I am over him. Caleb Williams, I don't know if the Broncos are going to be in position to draft him or Drake May because the top two picks of the draft with the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders, I strongly feel like those are two teams that are going to get both of those guys off the board. And if Chicago does elect to stay with Justin Fields, somebody else will trade into that number one overall spot. It could be the Denver Broncos to get Caleb Williams, but that's something that is going to be discussed a whole lot as we officially now enter draft season here in Broncos country and on the channel. We got Broncos fans saying, we prevent the Raiders from getting in our way. Absolutely. That's a big positive that we can take away from today for sure.